Dr. Dre produces your first album, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you get Dr. Dre, who's probably the biggest producer, and he doesn't just tap anybody.
Right.
You know, if Dr. Dre chooses to produce your record, that means he sees something big in you. How do you, at that age, get Dr. Dre interested in you? Does Top Dog make the introduction?
What happens is a lot of work prior to that makes the introduction. I put out a lot of material on me and Top Dog. Just.
You ever worked on a project with, say, Eminem or Dre and just not been in the same headspace? And how do you deal with that?
Well, yeah, we got to kind of get to the creative space that I'm in every time. Like I walk in the studio with Dre and record the first record that's playing in order to make him comfortable, and he go, all right, we're gonna find a record now. You know, but when he see me walk in, and he's probably unsure what kind of production or what way we actually going with the record, and I record the first song, he listens and he goes, all right, let me hear the records that you did. I play him the other music, and then because he feels like he wants his record to be the best record every time.
So somehow one of your tapes ends up in Dr. Dre's hands, and he goes, oh, this kid's got it.
Right. I think a YouTube video as well. Some shit me and my bro Dave shot on a little rinky-dink camera.
And he saw that?
It was very professional.
Yeah, right. They made it work. That's probably should be one of my best videos today right now.
Talk about what's it like working with Dre?
Well, you know, as you know, Dre gave me my first record deal. So working with Dre from the first day is always a learning experience. He always teaches me something new when I'm in there, you know. Even to this day, it's always something like, damn, he could have told me that 10 years ago. You know, so it's always a learning experience when it comes to Dre.
Does he call you? Does he come visit you? How's that all go down?
I was on tour, man, with my brother J-Rock, and I was his hype man. He
you weren't even the main attraction.
Yeah, I wasn't the main attraction. I was just there trying to, you know,
get the crowd ready.
Get the crowd ready, you know. And me and my boy Ali, we was eating at Chili's. I'll never forget. We was eating at Chili's, and we got a call like, yo, Dr. Dre likes your music. And we was like, who the fuck is this on the phone? Like, get out of here, man.
You hung up?
Yeah, we hung up.
Sometimes Dre pissed me off, man. And sometimes I piss Dre off. But that's one of them things. Dre told me a long time ago, about 9 years ago, he told me, Game, me and you are always going to be the way that we left off. Whatever happens in between, fuck all of that. If we left on good terms, that's how we going to be. If the last time I seen you, we was like, fuck each other, the next time I see you, it's going to be like, fuck each other until we fix it. So that's our thing, man. And I got
family, though.
I got nothing but love for Dre, man. Everything that he did for me, I'm very appreciative.
But another call came in from somebody else. Then another call came from somebody else, like, yo, they trying to reach out and figure out who you with, you know. And,
do you feel like your entire life changes when you get that call?
Yeah, definitely, because it's evolving.
When you get in the studio with him, is it intimidating?
Yeah, I'll tell you this. The first time was the moment I knew I've arrived.
You gave me the story of how you met Dre, so how is it now? I already put the shit out there in the last interview. And, you know, the video spoke for itself. Yeah. And then the real video came out where you and Dre is just comfortably vibing off of each other. What have you learned dealing with this guy?
Just working, man, and just more so life shit, more so than music. You know what I'm saying? Just being a better person.
When did your head explode? And then you bypassed the explosion, and then you became humble, or
you just got it, because that's Dre. That's my superhero. You know what I'm saying? That's
what the fuck happened when when you physically pressed the first button?
Yeah.
And it's about to start. You're about to work with the nigga.
Yeah, it's just holy fuck. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So
that's too much, yo.
Yeah, I know. I be having a lot of what the fuck moments. When I be, because bro, I'm still a fan, bro. You know, I'm still fairly new at this, and I keep it real, bro. If I'm a fan of somebody's music, bro, I just tell them how it is. Yo, man, I'm a fan of your shit. I say that to everybody I meet. If I really fuck with your shit, I'm gonna be like, yo, bro, your shit is fucking hard. I'm a fan, whatever. So yeah, bro, I'm just a fan, bro, of music. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy, and that's the godfather of hip hop.
The rumors are that you and Dre had creative differences. Can you give us an example of what that means, or maybe a story that exemplifies this?
Example is, say if Dre say, yo, Rob, I want you to talk about killing somebody on this one, and I say, yo, nah, I wanted to talk about bringing somebody to life on this one.
He plays a beat and say right to it.
So you're working.
I want to see.
You're collaborating.
I want to see, is this really you?
In other words, you're going, yeah, right. He doesn't know for sure that you made those tapes. But he's also saying to you, you're my equal.
Right.
I'm not coming in here. We're going into business together.
Yeah, definitely.
It gives me the chills.
Yeah, definitely. It's a moment where you got to say, where I said to myself, this is it.
You know what I mean? You know, Dre got a formula, man. Dre been doing what he been doing for years, and you know, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And it just so happened that, you know, what I do is a little different from what Dre do, man. So, you know, creative differences as far as, you know, Dre, you know, he make his kind of music and I like to make my kind. And, you know, we ain't understand how different we was until we got in the studio and started working together, but.
And Dre came to my house one day. We lived right around the corner from each other. We all lived there together. And said, hey, man, you picked the wrong nigga. And I said, hey, man, I go home from the dance with who I came with.
He came to your door and said that to you?
Well, I was standing in the driveway.
Oh,
he
okay.
came over. We were neighbors, you know. And he said that. And Doug Young, who was the head of promotion at Ruthless at the time, said, look, you better start taking Dre more seriously because, you know, this Suge Knight is really blowing smoke up his ass. And he did. And obviously, you know, Dre was willing to leave Death Row with nothing. He walked out with no masters, no money, nothing. So obviously, he made the wrong mistake. Yeah. I made his deal with Jimmy Iovine. So that deal, which is the deal that he lives with today, which made him close to a billionaire.
So his Aftermath deal with Interscope, you actually...
I made Dre's deal with Interscope.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Didn't work out, but hopefully in the future we can hook up, do a little joint together or something, and take it from there. Word up.
Or have you guys talked recently at all? Or
Nah. The last I spoke to him, man, was I did something for him, and maybe it was like a year ago when he just started, put together his album. Did something on one of the tracks, but I don't know which songs is making his album, but.
Dre had a company that he was going to call Def Row, and the title
DEF, right?
The title Def Row was owned by Unknown DJ. So after he left, I had made a deal with him with Irving Azoff and Mo Austin, but it was right about the time of Cop Killer, when Warner Brothers was they dropped Ice-T.
Yeah.
So I had made a deal with them where Dre was going to get his own company and Easy and I were going to own 20% of it. I made that deal with Irving Azoff and Mo Austin. But Mo Austin then backed off of hip hop and the deal fell apart, and Suge was able to come in and try and make a deal with him first with Sony, with Hank Caldwell, and then wound up getting Interscope interested, Step Johnson, and I wound up making that deal between us and Jimmy, because Jimmy called me and he said, listen, Jerry, I will never buy a lawsuit with you, but I feel that Dre will never record for you again. I thought that was true, so I discussed it with Eric, and I said, listen, Eric, Interscope wants to make a deal for us with Dre, and I believe Jimmy when he says that Dre will never do anything for us again. So I did what I could to maintain and preserve the integrity of Dr. Dre, which was the asset that we owned, that we then sold to the Interscope. And of course, it made Interscope what it is today, and certainly has been okay for Dre too, since he is a billionaire.
That's crazy. So let's take a little break right now.
Big up to him, man, and I haven't spoke to him since his son passed away. My condolences, man. Me and my fam, thoughts and wishes was with you, bro. You know what I mean? Real talk. But yeah, man, no bridges burnt. But we like I said, once we got together and started working in the studio, we realized how different we was, man. And I told him, it's best that I come back to the East Coast and do what I do. He understood that, and it is what it is.